I'm here with Trucker G. How you doing, sir?
Stan Blade, Stan Blade.
What are
Always
you
a pleasure.
What are you actually drinking there?
Right, well, I would actually go and get the can. In fact, do you know what? I've got the empty right next to me. So, you get Stella Artois.
Yes.
Well, this is Stella off Wish.
Okay.
It's called Saint Etienne. So if you go to Aldi's, they have
Yeah.
other versions, brands. It's good.
I used to get the one in Lidl, which is probably the same, isn't it? I used to
I
get
think so, mate.
4-pack for like £2.79 or something. Wow.
Yeah, £2. £2 for 4 beers. So me being me, thought I'm not getting 4. I'll get about 24.
And I normally get 8, but that's normally a bit too much for me. But I'd rather have 6. I think 6 for me is a nice amount.
See, if you get the right amount of beers, see me, I always try and excuse myself and I go, oh, I don't need 4, I'll get a crate. So that means sometimes I think I've got to drink them all. But if I give myself 8 or 6, I know I've got to go to bed and I can't drink anymore. But sometimes I know in my head, I'm going to want more. And this is sometimes where my problem lies, where I don't know when to stop.
Yeah, I used to drink them big bottles of Strongbow and I'd get 3 of them and that would get this normally. And then I'll be on the 3rd bottle and I'll be like drunk and I'd still like try and finish them all. Or just tip it away. Wouldn't.
No, we used to drink Frosty Jacks. Do you heard of that when you're younger?
Yeah, and White Lightning.
Yeah, we used to call it 6 litres for a fiver. You get on top of me and you become a rider.
Mate, that drink is disgusting looking at White Lightning and all that. It tastes like cider and sick. It stinks.
Mate, I remember we used to drink it and we used to just down the first bit and then put blackcurrant on top.
Mm.
And then do spin around, and just get absolutely steaming. Camp out, say you're staying at your mate's house, but just camp out and then just get wrecked. And then you can go again the next day because you was young. So it didn't matter.
Yeah, we used to drink Lambrini as well.
Oh, mate. I don't think that was too bad of a taste. I mean, I've not tried it since. I might think differently now.
It's considered a bit of a girly drink. I remember me and my mates used to drink bottles of that. And they had another one called Cassini, which was like $1.99 for a massive fucking bottle.
It was all about how much. It wasn't always about the taste back then because the money is limited in it when you're younger. It was all about how much alcohol can I consume.
Yeah.
I don't care about the taste. And then enough for a bag of chips on the way home, if it was still open.
Yeah, MD 2020. If you had a bit,
I don't mind that now.
If you was a bit flush.
No, that's it. I never. When everyone goes back to saying Mad Dog 2020, I said, well, I never had that because I think I'd have a fiver. I was one of them kids that wasn't flush, so I'd have cider. I'd go ask my mates, and I might get chips and curry on the way home, or chips and gravy on the way home. I couldn't. MD 2020 was a £5 or £6. You had to be fucking living on the posh estate for that.
Remember the hooch?
Yeah. I don't mind that now still.
Mate, the sugar in them things is mental, isn't it?
Mate, it give you heartburn now. It's like one of them fucking cans of Monster, isn't it?
Yeah. I had a bottle of Captain Morgan last night. I don't really like the spice rum, but the spice rum always seems to be on offer. So I just get...
Mate, well, on my lap, we went on the holiday with the kids, and you go through duty free, and my missus was like, don't buy that, you'll get it all inclusive. But I find all inclusive rums, they're not the same. So I bought the spiced rum and then like this golden spice rum, and I went down to the bar every night with my own bottle, and everyone's looking at me like, mate, you are crazy alcoholic or something. I was like, no, I don't want no watered down shit, I want full on. So obviously, mate, I was tanking them bottles all night, as you do.
How's you got a face tat now, yeah?
Yeah, mate, I love it. Do you know what? First, people when I come back home, people was like, "Can you get it removed?" I says, "No, I've even booked in. I've got more on my arms getting booked to fill the gaps there. I've got 2 full day sessions, and I'm one on the back of my head to join the one with the roses there. Yeah. I'm not sure what, but I just love it, mate. I just fucking all these people that sit there and go, "Oh, what's gonna look? What are you gonna do when you look old?" If I get to looking old, I'll be grateful being alive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what?
When I moved to Paynton in Devon, where my mum lives, about 5 years ago, I didn't know
Yeah, I
anyone.
worked down there.
Yeah, I didn't know anyone apart from my mum. So I joined Tinder just to see who's about,
Standard.
and I just never got any matches on it. It was absolutely dead. I wasn't on TikTok then, so I didn't have any following anywhere, and it was just dead as fuck. And then I got all my face tattoos and my neck tattoo, and I put new pictures on my Tinder with my hands tattooed as well, and it just went mental.
Yeah. Mate, these girls, they say like, oh, I want stability, I want stability. But as soon as you show them a guy that's got a criminal background with a face tattoo or a neck tattoo, they just start creaming. So it's like, what do you want, girls? Do you want this nice guy who's going to treat you good, or do you want a dickhead? I mean, I'm just associating those guys with face tattoos. We've all got a bit of fucking, but
Yeah.
you know how it is, man.
Yeah, this one I got it about 5 years ago, but my
Nah, I
friend
like it.
freshened it up when I got these little ones. But every
Yeah.
time I go on TikTok live, everyone's like, "Oh, you want to be Post Malone?" And I was like, "Got my tattoos done before ages before these boys."
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's it. No, I mean, some people, the ones that judge this shit are the ones that, mate, you got to live outside. My old man used to say to me, he goes, oh, like when I first started getting my arm full tribal before I joined the army, and he was like, you won't get a job like that. And I was like, what job do you think I'm going to do? I'm not going to be, I mean, nowadays everyone gets tattoos everywhere, but back in the day, you remember, people would frown upon you for looking at certain jobs. And I
yeah,
just think, mate, I'm not, I don't have trucks. If you don't want me to deliver your stock because of the fat tattoos, then that's your
yeah.
problem.
I remember years ago went for a job at McDonald's when I was young, and I had a few tattoos on my arms, and they was like, "If you get the job, you'll have to wear a tuba grip, like
Do
bandage,
you know what? I
covering
was
your
gonna
arm."
say that. I was gonna say that to you because when I worked at Mackey's, I had a mate. I worked at Winnick Road McDonald's, very, very busy. One of my first jobs. And for those that's worked at Mackey's and stuff, people say I met some of the best mates I've ever been with. They had the best laughs. We used to just fuck around all the time. Like we used to close before 11 o'clock. And at 5 to 11, they say just cook to order. Well, me being a fat bastard, I'd go and cook like 4 Big Macs. And they'd be like, why did you cook that? Oh, I thought maybe somebody was gonna, you know, order it, but he didn't. But my mate, he was really good at his job. He was called Bob, and he had a neck tattoo called Bob, but he wouldn't promote him based on that
Yeah.
because of him. He wouldn't want him near the tills.
And
He just put him in the kitchen.
have you seen the new McDonald's advert? There's like an emo girl doing on a McDonald's advert. She's like an emo.
Yeah.
She's got all weird coloured hair, loads of tattoos, and she's doing like some chicken
So it's
wrap.
mad that now they're promoting it, but
Yeah,
years ago there was just against it. It just goes with the times, isn't it? I suppose. But it's mad
yeah.
that we had that thought in trade before then.
I don't know what it was like with the police, but you see policemen with loads of tattoos now. I'm sure that was frowned upon as well, probably back in the
Well,
day.
no, mate. When I was in my army training, I had you can't see it now, but it's covered up from my hand tattoo. But below it, I had a bit of tattoo on my hand. And before I got posted to Germany, I was in Blandford, which you're from down that area, aren't you? It's like Dorset. It's Dorset. It's a bit north from where you are,
Yeah,
not far from Bournemouth.
yeah,
And you wasn't allowed a hand tattoo at that time or a neck tattoo. But I just went and fucking done it. Because I knew apparently the rules were changing. I just was like, so
yeah,
something about me just like rebelling a little bit. And I just thought, fuck it. But then the rules changed, so no one did anything.
yeah. When I went to get my face tattoo 5 years ago, I went to four different shops, because they wouldn't do my face or my hands.
Yeah. Well, that's it. When I went on holiday, I wanted, me and my missus, we were steaming, right? So we went, let's go get a tattoo each. And we originally, she was going to get D for me, and I was going to get N for her. And she got hers on her arm. And I said, yeah. And I said, go on. I'll put it. And I did it TikTok live, I think. No, I did. And then I said, no, put N there. And he was like, no, I can't do it. I said, look, trust me, mate. I want it. I want it bad. And he did it. And he goes, like, he charged me an extra 20 fucking euros or something. And I was like, right, how does that make any difference? We're
Yeah,
still
I
tattooing the
would
same
say
skin, but I can
they,
understand.
they do charge you more money as well on your face sometimes. I don't really get that. But
I
my
think it's
hand,
because they know you must desperately want it if you want it on your hand, on your face. You know you want it. You know what I mean?
yeah, my hands, I had to keep going. He said if it doesn't stay in, come back and you fill it in. It doesn't really stay in your hands very well. And
Well, that's it. It's like you can
four,
see that mine's faded there because of the skin.
yeah,
Because of the skin there.
4 times he done mine. Really.
What about your fingers? Your fingers good?
Yeah, that's what I mean. My fingers, I've done them 4 times. That's
See, I've got end there as well, but I can't get them there because I've got this weird thing, right, Stan? I don't know about you, but when I get anxious, I don't really tell many people like this, but now that we're on it, fuck it. And my missus knows. I bite my hand. So I've got dead skin, like there and there. And somebody, well, you can't see it because of the flashlight, but someone once said it to me. It was like, it's anxiety. And I said, well, sometimes when I'm stressed, I can bite my hand, no, I don't ever do it in public. It's a bit weird. I was fucking turning around and bite myself, like, because it's a pain relief.
yeah.
And then only till I get a bit like clued up on things, I'm like, maybe it is, but I don't know. I can't tattoo that anyway, long story short, because it's fucking, it's fucked.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So, that'll be done.
Right, Darby Dan, can I get another beer?
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
I get another beer in the meantime?
yeah.
Hold the fort. But no, I'm here, I'm listening, and I want to be very transparent and honest with regards to it. But I'm going to try this first ever beer. I've never tried it. I don't know about you. You must have seen it. You must have seen it. You've definitely seen it, brother.
Newcastle Brown.
No, I've never tried it. What do you think? Have you ever tried it?
I wouldn't like that, but I don't like.
Is it lager?
Isn't that like an ale?
Well, I think that's why maybe I might not like it. Usually, you open your cans like bottles like that as well, don't you? Fuck it, I drink out the bottle.
I can do, but I try not to. I have got.
You used to stump pegs when I was a kid.
Yeah. What does it say? That's
Not
like.
bad.
Is that an ale?
Newcastle Brown Ale. Yeah. What is the ale and a beer then? Is that like a bitter or something? Or?
I don't know, but if you think about Stella and Foster's and Carlin and all that, they're lagers, aren't they? See,
yeah.
We always call them a beer, but they're not actually beer.
No, I was thinking that because they live in Germany, didn't it? Beer's slightly different.
An actual proper beer, an ale, I don't like it at all. I think
beer's stronger, isn't it? It's got a more acquired taste.
You've read that Hogarden white beer. Oh,
yeah.
I think stuff like that is disgusting. But
I like a lager.
I did like ale because you go in the Wetherspoons, you get like a pint of ale for like 99p. You get pissed, don't you?
You get a good cheap deal and fucking What are you on, Desperados?
Yeah.
You've got a tequila in that, isn't it?
Tequila in, yeah. 5.9, pretty strong for a beer. See, that says
it's good though, mate.
That says
I can't drink that all night though. It does. It's got a sweet acquired taste to it that maybe I think not say sickly.
Yeah,
but
they do cans.
Not all night, but
they didn't have any cans, but they started doing cans now.
But go on, we'll speak about Mr.
See, I used to be mates with him. I can't go into too much detail because it's a weird one. When we fell out with about Whitney from EastEnders, like I'm an absolute EastEnders nut, and I've fancied Whitney for years. So when I made
don't blame you, mate.
And she kept coming in my live on TikTok and that, and I was like making her laugh and that and flirting with her, and I was like, this is really fucking weird and surreal. But we just become friends, like, and Dobby then kept going, get her to add me. And eventually she added him anyway. And then they fell out with whatever happened, and I sort of like made a joke about it, like I always do. And she fucking blocked me, and she followed me on Instagram, and I messaged her on Instagram. I was like, why did you block me? And she said, because you were saying to Darby Dan, you're going to get the scoop on the podcast about what happened and all that. And I was like, well, I was just joking. I didn't know this. I didn't know like why they'd fallen out. It's just, I didn't know it was that bad. You know what I mean? I didn't know she was that upset. And she told me what happened, and he went to the Sun newspaper. So everyone was feeling sorry for him. And he was the one that contacted the Sun newspaper, I found out. I believe. And then he was getting stressed about all the drama. And I was like, you're loving it. You're lapping it up. And
he created it.
Yeah, he was on live with Andy Wally. This is when I was friends with him. And Andy Wally was going mental. And I was in the comments. And I can't remember what I said, but it was just making everyone laugh. And I just put a screen recording up on on my TikTok, and then he had a go at me. He was like, "I don't need all this. You're meant to be my mate," and screenshotting me. And I was like, I was joking, and we fucking love it. And we ended up falling out, and she unblocked me, and I said I wouldn't talk about her to him about.
Nah, fair one.
Do you know what I mean? And then that was.
Well, that's what I mean. I remember when he done the video, and I always laughed with you about it in personal messages, don't I? When I said it was a while back now, and I say I'm looking like as soon as like me personally, I'll go on to me and him in a minute, but no further action. It doesn't mean you're innocent. It just means, right, you've not actually. The person probably has got bigger fish to fry. It's not in their interest to do with it. They probably said, look, tell the guy to back off, and that'll be it. We'll drop the charges. And then he comes flying on the camera, like literally, mate. Stan, listen. He must have pressed. He was all angry. He must have gone, ran home, set up his phone, set up his light. Still been angry, bearing in mind. Charged his phone, turned TikTok on, done a video, then pressed play and gone. I'm looking at Stan Blade now. I'm looking at Dorman Pete. And be flipping Woolley. You know what I mean? And then he wants apologies off you all for what?
Yeah, I know. And
for
then
what?
All these women in the comments were going, "Yeah, you should apologise." And I was like, it just means they haven't got enough evidence, or someone can't be asked.
Can't be asked. Can't be asked.
Where's
it going to go, mate? Where's it going to go? I mean, if she pushes it all the way, she's big time, isn't she? She's got things that she's not sitting on. No offense to Darby Dan and stuff. He has got his life on TikTok where he'll sit on it and he'll be interested. She's got a career. You know, she has to go away from her career all the time to go and do this. Do you reckon her agent's going to be going, really? Do we really need this? Do we just fucking nip it in the bud?
Yeah, she got way too involved. And I'm still friends with her on Instagram, but we don't really speak anymore. And it's a shame because I think after all that shit, she just doesn't want. She just can't get
she doesn't want
anyone on TikTok because
she's probably been told maybe.
She's a professional person and she's getting involved in all this fucking TikTok drama. It was absolutely it was proper surreal.
Well, to be honest, Stan,
people saying that she was using him for clout. Whitney from Flinders. That's what people.
She has enough clout. She's got a fan base. Do you know what I mean? But mate, one thing at the first time, look, one fault of mine is on TikTok is when I've seen things in the past, and I've learned because I think I've not been used to social media. I've learned. Instead of jumping to the gun, learn what's going on first. And at the first instance, I seen them two live all the time. And they was like making up friend stories. And I thought, yeah, is something going on between them two? And the way he used to look at her, not the way she looked at him.
Yeah.
He looked at her a little bit. And his tongue was still hanging at his head. And anyone that said anything derogatory towards her, he was jumping on. I was like, she's big enough to stick up for himself. You know what I mean? And so I did a video once as soon as, and this is why David unfollowed me. And he was like, respect, because I just looked into it in insight, and I only seen you see what you see on your FYP, and I've seen things in favor of him, and I was like, oh, actually, he hasn't done all this because maybe the paper might have said he's been stalking. They forgot to mention that he was live every night. Fair enough, but doesn't excuse what he did, and I stuck up for him, and as I got a bit more into it, I was thinking, the girls don't usually. Maybe they was friends. She friend zoned him, and then all of a sudden she went live with somebody else or didn't contact with him for so much. And then he's gone drunk one night and started hounding her. She's like, "Whoa, back off, back off, mate."
I think that was a problem. There were so many people saying, "Oh, well, she went live with him every night," and I was saying, "It doesn't matter if she went live with him every night and she FaceTimed him every night, even if she had fucking phone sex with him." It doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, he's not allowed near Wolford, so I've heard.
He was saying that he was going to go down to her work and he was going to tell them that she took cocaine and all this shit. Like,
fucking hell, man.
Listen,
I hate that, mate. That's one thing I do hate. I've known that from the army, which we can touch on another time as well. And it's the same with TikTok. People go, I know you do sniff and stuff like that, mate. All you got to do is go to your average pub and you look in the toilet. Not every single, I'm not saying everyone. So many people do it, but the minute you're on these TikTok and stuff like that, if they hear about you doing it, they want to ring up the social. They want to ring up this. Listen, if I was to go do some Charlie in a pub toilets and someone on TikTok found out about it and they knew where I lived, they'd ring the social on me because they'd be like, "Oh, he's a bad dad." Are you a bad dad for doing it? Are you a bad dad for having a dibble dabble on a Friday night? And then, if you're not, you know what I mean? It's a tough question, but don't think it's worthy of the social getting involved. or ringing your work up
Have
about.
you seen that girl with the massive eyebrows? They're literally not that big.
Manly's missus.
I don't know if she's mucking around or whatever. They're literally painted on that big eyebrows.
Yeah.
She's in all over Facebook and all these blogs and that saying that people are threatening her with social services because she takes her baby down the shop with these massive eyebrows. I don't know if she thinks it looks good or whether she's taking a piss and doing an act. Do you know what I mean? But either way, like, why does her makeup affect her parenting?
No, exactly. Why does it? Look, it's like some people. The stigma with prejudice in today's world is so bad. Look, we were just on about it with tattoos. If you've got a tattoo, it doesn't mean you're not going to be good at this job, because the end of the day, people get offended by the slightest things and they want to try and hurt you in the deepest moment. So it could be, I want to do. Some people sit behind this app TikTok with no face, no content, but they know a lot more about you than you think, and they'll watch you all the time. And now all you got to look at. Listen, I don't want to talk about Tattle Life, but I've seen some stuff about me on Tattle Life, and I'm thinking, fuck. Yeah, I did do that when I was live. I was come home, drunk, live. My missus has gone, go to bed. And I've gone, fuck off, you bitch. All of a sudden, that's everyday life, mate, isn't it? Things that happen. Yeah. You get drunk and then your missus will have a go at you. You shouldn't say that. You shouldn't say that. And that's something I don't really say, but, once. And all of a sudden, I'm all over Tattle Life. You're a vile man. He's a narcissist. That beautiful word, narcissist. It gets used on every man. Every time you split up with a woman, you get called a narcissist. It's the way sometimes it is.
That's why I don't really talk about mental health on there, because I just get fed up. Everyone's got ADHD. Everyone's got bipolar. And I'm like, have you though?
It's a fashion statement, Stan. It's a fashion statement. It means it's a fashion statement. And I don't want to get onto things where, look, I don't want to name drop people, but I've seen people where they go, I need this target of X amount of money. I need, say, $5,000 to get this for my child that's not well. Yeah. Okay, they get the money fast. And then for me, if I was going to raise money for something, once I've got that money, I would prove that I've paid it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Just so I can clarify with my people, thank you for your money, this is what it's gone. All of a sudden, they'll go, tomorrow, we now need 25,000. And then everyone's still, I just think so many people are on this for money and attention. Yeah. It's like, it's kind of got me put off. Like, my profiles have been taken down on TikTok. As is yours, as you're the prime guy, you've had your profiles down. Maybe because you speak sense. And people don't want to hear sense.
Yeah. I try not to get involved in it anymore, because I will get banned. Like when I was falling out with Derby, then I got 2 accounts banned because he was getting me mass reported. And you shouldn't.
Yeah, I think that's where my minds have gone down.
You shouldn't be able to do that. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't be able to just.
Well, look. When your first question before was I mates with him?
Yeah.
Now I was, but we've got one guy in common, Daryl, and he doesn't like Daryl, and I get on with Daryl. Now that doesn't bother me, because we always said the thing was, it's like you, Stan. Say me and you's mates. You like someone, I don't like somebody. I'm not going to come to you, Stan, and say, because I don't like all that bitch stuff. I'm not going to say, why are you talking to him? I'm not mates with you now. It don't work like that. It's not how real life works. Yeah. And Derby Town, what happened was, it was all sound. And I went into his live once. It sounds pathetic, but he was going, oh, you're probably screen recording here, aren't you, for one of your fucking mates? And I thought, I don't do that screen recording. People behind the scenes might screen record. I ain't got fucking time for that. So I thought that was a bit of a sly comment. And then I was in my live, and he kept, when you can see people coming in your live, can't you? Mm. But not commenting. You're thinking, I don't mind. I'll keep keeping there. And then I was on about the army. Now he made a couple of comments, and he went, "Fucking hell, you're on about the army again." And now them emojis where you do the monkey with the hands of the eyes. He's going, "Oh, you're still talking about the army." And then I was thinking, maybe my content might be about me in the army, because some of my friends on the app was in the army. If I'm talking to Ricky, bearing in mind, if we talk to Ricky, Ricky talks, you don't talk. I mean, I love Ricky, but we all know Ricky, fucking hell, you get there, word and edge away. If he was here now, me and you wouldn't have had about 8 syllables between us. So, and I just thought, I took offense to that. I took a bit of offense. Maybe I shouldn't have. Call me a fucking Karen, Darren, whatever. But I thought, hang on. So me and him had a little chat off the app. I don't know if you know Kazio.
Who?
Kazio.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all Kazio's good like mates with me, and he said, "Look, let's take this off the app." So we took it off the app, and we all did a FaceTime with each other. Kazio had his this is the introduction of balaclava. Before he used to never show his face.
That's
He only showed his feet.
Carl Pilkington man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we was talking there, and then Derby Dan, mate, listen, ripped off his t-shirt and was arguing with me. And I said, "What?" And he says, and he started spouting off his army regimental number. So I said, "My regimental number, 30142731, for when I joined. You don't forget it." So he started saying 25, whatever his number was. And I was thinking, "Oh, mate, I didn't know he was in the army." Yeah, I was in the army. Yeah, I was in the army. And then a lot of people said, yeah, he was in the army. So I done a bit of digging, done a bit of thing. And we started arguing. And a few days later, I was like, "David, what did you do in the army?" So he turned up basically, mate. He joined the army, but you have a thing. You join basic, and after 5 weeks or 6 weeks, if you can't hack it, you get a thing called DOR. I can't remember what DOR fucking stands for, but it basically means you can't hack it. And that's not being rude, nothing, but it means you can't hack it, you leave. But you still have that regimental number. So you can now run your mouth around town saying I was in the army. But my personal thing is if you haven't completed your training and joined your regiment, to me, you wasn't in the army.
Yeah.
You can do 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks in training. So he's running around doing all this. So I've said that to him, and we've had a bit of fallout. My thing, where I think I've done wrong, is I've drunk, and with the COVID, I'm not going to be one of the guys that plays the COVID victim. I found a bit of drink in it, and I drank a lot more than normal. And then TikTok, I've come on live, and then all of a sudden, someone said something about him, and I went a bit mad about him. Then all of a sudden, he's in the box. So we're arguing, and he's gone, "Well, I'll tell you what, me and you will have a fucking square go or fight or whatever." I said, "Well, yeah, fine." I said, "I'll smash his fucking head in." And he said, he'll knock me out in front of everyone. So I said, "Okay, then where and when?" So he lives in Derby. I live in St. Helens. So I said, halfway, let's say Stafford. And he was like, I said, "Tell you what, I'll come to you tomorrow." He said, yeah, you will. Go on then, come to me tomorrow. Where? Chad Racecourse, 2 p.m. Said, "I'll be there." And in the morning, he goes live and said, everyone's weak from the chin, and he's going to knock me spark out. And I was in a fucking cafe. And I said, "I'm definitely going. I can't have somebody there. I know it sounds stupid, meeting on a fucking park and having it. I'm not having that." Especially with his background, with all this, the way he speaks to people. So I've drove down there, and he's come out with, you only have to see it yourself. He didn't turn up because he didn't want it. There's no beat around that. Whether he can say what he wants. I waited there for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I was on the live and he was posting videos up a mountain or some shit, and then people were saying they were old videos, and I'm thinking, why is he posting them now? He's making it look like
they were old videos. Yeah, he was in his house scared.
He's making it look like he wasn't in the area.
But do you know one thing I'll say, Stan, is I've said this. Me and Daryl. Do you know what? Yeah, this is why I big Daryl up a bit. If Daryl isn't as bad as he seems, about some people, he rang me up on the way down there. He said, "Don't go down." So as much as I want to see Darby Dan like this, I said, "I don't want to see both fight." And I even agreed. I think sometimes Darby Dan says it how it is. But I said, I've got to. Because of a certain situation of a person I can't mention, had come for me, and apparently I didn't show up. I can't say his name because he's asked me not to say his name, but the reason why I didn't go to him was because he's got mental health issues, schizophrenic, and I couldn't go there. And I don't want to be that guy. You want to be that guy. Go and hit somebody who's mentally ill that wants to come and hit you. I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
So I was like, look, maybe I was down with a lot of alcohol at the time. I was a bit in the shit with myself and that, and I was thinking, "Nah, how dare you?" Now I look back at it and I think, Danny, like, mate, like, why didn't you just fucking tell him, fuck off? Shouldn't be dickhead. Why did you drive down there for 2 hours? Because in my head, I was battling him, what he was saying. So all the things he was saying to me was like, I can't let people, because I was caring about what everyone else thought. But looking at it now, and I think, what point did it prove? Yeah, people took the piss out of him, and it was funny against him. But did I really want to have a fight in a park? What would have happened if I met him? Would I have put him on his ass? Do you know what it is, Stan? I was more interested in not punching him between the fucking eyes. I was more interested in how tall he was.
So what's happening with you guys now then?
After it, on the way home, about 45 minutes later, he rang me and he said, I'm at my house. Do you want to come down to my house? Well, everybody was well aware. I said, there's one thing I won't do. People was leaking addresses. People was contacting his ex to say that I'm down in their local area. I didn't contact no one. I went down there on my own. It's plain as I was to see. I wasn't ever going to go to somebody's fucking house. That's wrong. That's wrong, isn't it? To go to somebody's house. He's got children. And then he asked me at 3:30 to go to his house. Well, kids finish school at fucking 3:30. No, I'm not doing that. You told me to be at a place. If you're not going to be there, I'm on my way. But now I blocked him. I do funny videos here and there, but you notice I don't really bother with him. He's irrelevant. I respect what he's done with the charity and stuff like that. Now, my personal opinion is on charity and stuff. He's at home all day in front of a camera. He's got no other problems. He's doing stuff for charity and he's been labelled a hero. Well done, good. But me, like some of us, if you've got shit you're doing in the day, you know, doesn't mean you're not a good. I don't know. Listen, if he's doing his own thing with his charity and he's helping the child out that needs help, I think it was something to do with a little boy that's poorly in his arms. And if he's helping that child, he's helping that child. But at the end of the day, I don't appreciate some of the things he said to me. That he's going to knock me out, and I've been brought up, Stan, where if you tell me you're going to knock me out, then fucking do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not the hardest person in the world. I'm not. But I'll stick up for myself. And obviously, he's not born from that fucking cult, is he?
Did you?
But listen, I've said a few. Go on.
I'm saying, did you watch the fight with Mr. UK TikTok and Tommy Nonak? Did you watch the actual fight?
I knew exactly what was going to happen. Tommy Nonak was always going to box his ears off because Mr. UK TikTok official, I think I was one of the first people to come out and slate him. But then 10 minutes later, I was one of the first people to come out and stick up for him. So I'm a bit of a two-page cunt on that one.
Yeah.
He's not right in the head. There's no two ways about that.
Yeah. Well, I've known him for a long time. Like, as time goes on TikTok, I've known him since I've joined. So that's like 2 years.
Yeah.
And he always used to dance in Tesco's and all that box, but he never really went live and he didn't really interact with people. And he had a little following and it was mainly trolls taking the piss out of him. And I just used to leave him alone. He's happy doing his dancing, whatever, not doing any harm. But this year, he's just gone fucking full loopy. And I was meant to speak to him on my podcast last year and he got banned and I got banned like I was doing. We lost contact with each other. But when I did speak to him, I was on the live with him and he was saying, I feel like my brain's swishing around in my head all the time. When I got that, it all swishes around. And he was trying to explain what his brain feels like. And I was thinking, this guy's really fucking ill. And and he just seems to have got worse and worse and worse. But I think...
Do you think the people he's hanging about with doesn't help, mate? I think as much as he thinks he's getting the fame and he loves it and stuff like that, all for what? A couple of quid here and there. Are they helping him?
He slagged me off for no reason. So I fell out with him. And I've not really spoken to him. So obviously I haven't really got much time for him. But when you see like that Sam Pepper guy, have you seen him? He's proper bullying him. They're all just bullying.
Is that some of the lads that he's knocking with? Yeah, they're all taking the piss, mate. 1 minute they want him there. Listen, I've seen it when he went to the boxing thing and they uninvited him and said, get out. But the minute before, they was all videoing him doing his daft little dance with his boombox. And he was the clout. So 1 minute he's thinking I'm the centre of attention. But you got to remember, some people are normally minded. Say we're all normally minded. And you see a kid like that's getting no attention, then he gets attention. And then all of a sudden you go, no, go away, fuck off now. We'll video you while we're mugging you off. And they only video him when they're taking the piss. Now, these people, it's like the cow the dragon thing. It's like some people, they want to take the piss. They will do things like mental health, vouch for mental health. But as soon as somebody's a little bit vulnerable, and look, I mean, I don't want to go on about Jordie Wheeler. Look at Jordie Wheeler, that's a totally different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
But bullying's okay when it's somebody that's a little bit fucking different. But bullying to someone like me and you, oh no, we can't do that. It's more about mental health. But as soon as somebody's got a little bit fucking, they're a bit spaced or they're a bit different to everyone else, so like just fucking rip the shit out of them, shall we? Don't matter, they don't have feelings. Whereas Mr. UK TikTok official, he's got himself to blame, but he might not be right in the fucking head, man. I don't think he's fucking right in the head. I think he's under the influence of drugs, mate. I watched him before that fight. His pupils are flying out. If you looked at some of his videos from a year ago, if you say you've known him a while, how skinny has he gone compared to a year ago? I know what drugs do. They fucking fat. I've been fucking high on fat loads, and I know how much you can change with your weight and what your face does and what your skin color goes. It changes straight away. And I think he's one of them, mate. He's high on something.
Yeah. And obviously, when you mentally ill as well, it doesn't always bode well, does it? Drink and drugs.
They're a catalyst to one another. And they counteract one. And then they just turn your mind to fucking crazy. And then all what happens in the end result, Stan, is your mind's playing like that, your alcohol, your drugs, your mental health issues. And then what happens is it all results in everybody laughing at you on TikTok. And then he thinks I'm popular because he wasn't never going to get popular. No disrespect, he was never going to get popular by just normal vlogging, normal talking, because nobody's interested in that. They want you crazy guys going doing loopy shit, and he might think that's a positive, but in the end, it'll be a negative.
Yeah, I don't know where it's going to end for him.
It's not. He's going to fizzle out, and then when he fizzles out, he's going to get desperate, mate. This is what happens with some people. Look, I know. I don't say I like saying names and stuff, but look, Tom Manley, I don't know if you know him. I was talking to him and that stuff. I know he gets a lot of hate with Darby, with Daryl and stuff like that, and a few of my mates. Now, he was introduced because he helped Smithy get the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Now, about the Smithy thing, I don't know the truth, but listen, if somebody set my house on fire, I won't be there the next day doing a TikTok with fake tears. I just think it was a bit scripted. I don't know.
I did a video on it and he got taken down as usual, but
yeah, it's standard. It was same as me standard. It gets taken down.
The car window was open.
Yeah, it was a setup.
They went like that, like done a little Jimmy on it, like he was in a movie or something, went like that, and then just opened the door. It didn't. The doors were unlocked, and the window was wide open.
So some of his Smithy warriors will say, well, the police would have found out. But the police, the truth is, now I know people on this app, because they like what I've done about stuff like that, they talk to me a lot. I won't say names because it puts them in a bad position. But a lot of these people, they get called trolls. And I would say, I've always said, a lot of the trolls like me. And that's why my profile gets taken down, because I say a lot. I'm like, you know what I mean? They was calling him, what's the guy, Paul Potts, that set house on fire and stuff. These Smithy warriors were saying, if he did it, why did the police never say anything? Now, there's a difference. When you set your car on fire, it's a car fire. Police will only go so far. If they set your house on fire, police will go to the top. They will find out. But when he told his TikTokers it was a house fire, it wasn't. It was never a house fire. It was a car fire. Bit of smoke went in the house.
Yeah.
Police will only do so much. Why would they waste their time on a car fire? Because that's all it is. But he's telling everyone on TikTok it's a house fire. So this 50 grand come out of nowhere. Now, I know he calls everyone trolls for saying stuff about him. Look, he's made his thing, whatever, but he will always be remembered. More and more people know that, listen, we love our children dearly. Would you ever do that? Of course you wouldn't. Whether it's true or not, you wouldn't. For a bit of clout, mate, give me £1 billion. Go and set fucking a car on fire outside your house, put your kid at a risk. No.
Yeah.
Now, if he's done it, he's done it. So basically, Manly has set up a GoFundMe for him. And I watched the video of that TikTok fest thing when them two never have ever met one another. And Smithy's walked in, Manly's there. And Manly's gone, Smithy, it's me, Tom. And then Smithy's like, oh yeah, you what, mate, you what? And then Manly's like not being recognised, and he sort of looked gutted, mate. It's like, for me as a kid, I was obsessed with Prince Nazim Hamid or whatever, a celebrity. It's like you meeting your top favourite celebrity, you meeting them, and then they just fucking just chin you right off. That's what it looked like. It's a poor little Manly was just sat there like gobsmacked. Like, I've just gave you 50 grand in, you bloody fucking gave up me, and you fucked me off like that. Right, so he's got his followers through that. Now, his was getting a lot of gifts. I was talking to him and stuff, and he said, "Look, I'm big on here. I've got management, and we don't make any money from gifts and competitions. Yet they're on competitions all day, Stan. You must see this. They're on lives all day, all day. The minute you wake up, before they brush their teeth, before they wash, they're on live all day. And they called Don't Hold Back. He called Don't Hold Back a child groomer. Darby Dan did the same. Called him a kiddie toucher. And I don't sit well with that, Stan. These people calling, because they can't get their own way and they don't like certain people, they just call you a fucking nonce. Why the fuck would you call someone that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Why would you, them words, mate? Do you know what I mean? Call him a prick. Call him a wanker. But you can't call him that. So his gifts is, because they've all like limelighted a little bit of what these are doing. A lot of Manly's gifters are like kids gifting. It's all been proven. You can see the gifters. Because it's been highlighted, his gifts have gone down a lot lately. So they get a bit desperate. That's what I'm going about Mr. UK TikTok official. When we don't stay on this app forever, do we, Stan? The top don't stay top for long. Someone else will come in. And what happens is they get desperate. So that's what's happening now. Like to Manly. They just call him fucking Don't Hold Back a child groomer. I mean, does Don't Hold Back get gifts off kids? No. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's me just ranting on. Maybe I'm just swaying off topic, but that's why I think a lot of my profiles get taken down, because I say my view.
Well,
and the minute you say your view, Stan, you're fucked.
They used to follow me, but I followed them. But this was like about a year ago, probably. But people change on the app, don't they? People change on the app. Not everyone, but people do. Especially.
Well, what do you think, though, mate? It's like, say, what do you think about charity funding? Do you think some of it's fucking nuts? I don't want to put you on the spot. We spoke before. We spoke on the app, but listen, there's a charity called We Are Unique. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
Now, there's been a lot of smoke about that.
Yeah.
Where's that charity money gone? Now, I'll give you a few facts of what I've been given. So, they did a charity for, now, God rest his soul. This poor boy Harrison passed away, and I know his mum, sound lovely lady. Before, I've had people message me, and so's Daryl, at the funeral, the We Are Unique couple. I think, do you know their names? Lee and Andrea, I think. Lee's never met this poor boy who passed away, but yet at his funeral, all these TikTokers turned up at his funeral. All these TikTokers turned up at this funeral, and yes, invited, and then did a speech. And just before the speech, you got a video of Lee going, "Is it recording? Is it recording now? Is it recording?" And then after the speech, he's gone, "Guys, we've all come together for here. And then straight after the video, he's going, "Did you get that video? Did you get that video?" Now, straight after that, he's done a charity for We Are Unique for his autistic child. God bless his child. Oh, gets all the care in the world. I've had a lot of autistic mums and dads with autistic children turn around and say, he's doing things wrong. Now, I don't know, so I'm not going to judge on that. Yet they have set a brand, We Are Unique. All hoodies, all merchandise will go to the charity, a charity.
Mm-hmm.
All gifts will go to a charity. All money raised when we go up to Snowdon will go to a charity. All your people's gifts will go to a charity. Now, people have worked out there should be 30 or 40, maybe £50,000. Yeah. And only £8,000 was put into that GoFundMe. When they was questioned and given receipts, they've gone quiet. They went missing. CID are involved. Police are involved. I've said my piece on it a couple of times just because of what people have said to me. And all I've just had fucking mass reports. That's standard, and people have gone quiet. Now, might be. So all I've said, Stan, is gone, just let them say their piece. I've said maybe there might be a total mad explanation. But when you go quiet, mate, it looks a bit fucking suspicious. When there's money that should have gone there that hasn't gone there, it looks suspicious.
They went quiet and they set their profiles to private and turned the comments off. But the only thing I will say is that Tan, the mum, she done a video sharing screenshots and telling everyone that, you know, they've been as good as gold and it's not all.
Yeah, listen, Tan's sound, man. I think Tan.
So I thought
listen,
if she's happy, I was happy. Do you know what I mean? Because that's an
yeah,
horse.
yeah. Stan, I agree. But the charity was something different with them with the We Are Unique. I think, I hate to say it, mate, but Tan's gonna be vulnerable at that stage. I don't want to say it like it's quite a touchy subject. When you get scammers, what do scammers go for? They go for vulnerable people. Now, they might be sound with Tan. Tan's lovely. I have a conversation with the nicest woman you could meet. But not the same with their charity, with their boy, God rest his soul, with their own charity. I think personally, with We Are Unique, their own charity. And when you question something, do you think if the public pay for a charity, do you think the public are entitled to question where money's gone? I think they are.
Yeah, of course. But I mean,
and then when you get called a troll,
yeah, but to have a proper charity, you have to have at least £5,000 to register as a charity.
This is the next one, Stan. It's the next one. They said we need £5,000 to register as a charity. They raised 8, and it sat there for months and months and months, and nothing was happening. Yet all the gifts they said they was going to donate, all the merch was going in there. That none of that money was getting pumped back in. It's almost like all that money was being used to put in their own pockets, because that money still hasn't gone in there. All that money's been, that £8,000's been refunded. There's still a massive amount of money from gifts, and I know people like want their own gifts and stuff, but you know as much as I do. If me and you set up a charity now and said gift us now, we get loads in. And we pocketed it, we get loads in. But if me and you sat there and said, can you just gift us to go just to fund our lifestyle? You would get 10%, 5% of the gift you'd get the minute you say you want it for charity. And that's what they've done. And they've been stifled. But the minute you question it, Stan, you're called a troll. You're called a bully. Now, there might be certain different ways you could go about it differently. Maybe. But I'm not experiencing this. I see a blagger. I see a blagger. I mean, I don't even know if this fucking podcast was supposed to go in this direction, but things sway, don't they? Do you know what I mean? We've had a beer, we get a bit fucking...
Yeah.
We've gone from Derby Dan to scammers.
I agree with everything you say, but I just can't see why Daryl just gets so invested in it all. Yeah, sorry about that. Just cut off. So we were talking about old Penfold.
What is it, Penfold? What is it? What is Penfold? I don't know.
Like, shall I laugh or not? Remember Danger Mouse?
No. Oh, the little mouse.
Danger Mouse, his sidekick.
No, do you know what? I know something better to call him. Call him, right? Have you ever seen Emmerdale?
Yeah, a little bit.
You know Mandy Dingle's fella?
Yeah.
The bald guy. He looks a bit like him with glasses. Well, I think Daryl looks like a better version. Paddy, Mandy Dingle's ex.
Yeah, I don't know who you mean, actually. I know who Mandy Dingle is, but I can't pick him.
There was someone else someone said to me. I can't think.
Let me show
He does
you.
look like somebody.
Let me show you Penfold.
Penfold. He'll like that.
Someone said it to me, and then I can't unsee it now. And a few people called him it now. So yeah, I had a big falling out with him, and I sent him a voice like saying I was going to punch his head in. And then I spoke.
Really?
Yeah, this was ages ago, and I spoke to Keno. Do you know Keno?
Keno? No.
Hang on. I spoke to my mate Keno.
I get some stick for laughing at that.
He's you must have seen it. Keno and Liz. He does videos with his bird. Keno and Liz. He's in the RAF.
I probably know. Oh no, I don't know. I don't follow any RAF boys.
Well, anyway, he was like, "Stan, you need to fucking delete that message because he might try and get you banned." And I said, "Well, it's on a DM." And he was like, "Yeah, but you still get reported." So I deleted it and I blocked him.
Mate, I told him I was doing a podcast with you, and he never I'm surprised. Maybe he keeps things to himself like that.
This is
You
one
know,
thing.
what I
So
mean?
I've made up with him now. I'm saying initially, I sent him this long message.
I think he's got a good side to him, mate. Because when we used to follow up Derby Dan, he used to find positives about everything. Papa Blaze, he used to find positives about them. He just doesn't like scammers. He just hates scammers.
Yeah, I think I done some video. It was a proper wind up. I done top, I've done the top 5 people that I hate on the app, and I've done it with the Top of the Pops music, and then I green screened everyone, like the Smithies family, fucking Mel Moon, Roadman Ralph.
Mel Moon, fucking hell.
He
hey, is she a comedian there?
Apparently. And then
listen, one sec. You know that jailhouse talk?
Yeah.
Right. Do you know what I cringe most of? Is when people beg me to be on it. If you're on it, it means you fucked up and your time's come.
Yeah.
Or I like you. It's a middle ground. But when people Rob on Ralph, you just go, please let me be on it. Please let me be on it. And I just there's another girl from Blackpool. She used to go, please let me be on it. I was like, if you bring something to the table, you're coming on it. Or if I like you, you're probably not going to go on it. But the minute you start going, please let me be on it, please let me be on it, it's like, calm down. Desperation gets you nowhere. You know what I mean?
He was probably my first friend on the app, Roadman Ralph. This was like 2 years ago. And we used to duet each other and that and support each other. But yeah, and then he just got like Billy Big Box and stopped talking to me. And he pissed me off because when I split up with my ex, Caitlin, she messaged me and said, Roadman Ralph's just messaged me to see if I'm all right. And
he's not one of them, is he?
I was like,
he's trying to fire it into you. Fucking
he's not meant to have had, you know what I mean? Why ain't he asking if I'm all right after the breakup? He's asking if she's all right after the breakup.
Oh, mate, listen, Stan, there's so many lads like that, mate. They're like, oh, I'm just worried about... And then the minute... I've had lads when I was in the army. One of my mates, me and my missus, now I'm with, we split up for a bit. We split up a few times before. Hopefully we never do again. And one of my mates went, he told her all my fucking secrets. And then she, obviously, how do I get out of that? And I was like, you snaky bastard. One thing I'll do, and I'll say it lightly, and I can be quoted. And my missus hates me for it, but I'm honest with it. I'd rather cheat on my missus than fuck my best mate's missus.
Yeah.
Sounds cruel, but would you rather have me as a best friend or a boyfriend? Do you know what I mean? But I can deal with cheating on my missus, but I can get over cheating on my missus, but I could never get over cheat with my best friend fucking his missus. I couldn't do that. Yeah. I couldn't do that. Because it doesn't matter how good looking your missus is, if you're a friend of mine, I don't go anywhere near. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a thing I'm openly honest about. There's my friendship. Some people go, oh, your friendship comes before your marriage then. Not at all. Because I'm not going to go out there. It's weird. I'm not going to go out there and cheat on missus every weekend. I'm going to go. It's a weird thing, but it's just something I'd rather do none of them, but I'd never go. I just think you can never make a friendship work again if you do that. You could make a marriage work again. They're both wrong. Don't ever come to me for marriage advice.
I get what you're saying.
But come to me for friendship advice. But you get what I mean. It's a strange one.
So
it's something I've always said.
That's why I fell out with him. And I think I went on the live and I was talking about it in the live. I wasn't really that upset about it. I just thought it was a bit cheeky. Because obviously me and my ex split up mutually, do you know what I mean? So
yeah, I thought that was good though, man, Stan. I like that, when you still have a bit of banter with it. I've seen it. And I've just thought, it's nice to see that. You don't ever see that, Stan. You always see, like I said before, you always see women calling men narcissists, men calling women, you stop me seeing my baby. You two get on quite nicely. And I think people should look up to that a little bit and think, who's at stake here? The child. And, it's nice to be friends.
Yeah, I think it's easy because we both have just had enough. I think it's hard. It's been hard over the years when I've had breakups when I've not wanted to end the relationship. If one of you doesn't want to end it, then obviously it's difficult, isn't it?
When one's still's in love and the other's not, it's definitely different. Definitely different.
I was so happy to get her out
No, but that's nice, like that, though. So you can have a bit of banter about it now, can't you? Like, oh,
yeah,
fucking, I'm glad you're not still here, or she'd be like, fucking, I'm glad you're not here. Do you know what I mean? You can have
yeah,
friendship over it.
we get on well now. But yeah, I just thought it was a bit cheeky, but I thought it was funny, and I mentioned it on my live, and then my ex was like, "Oh, Mel's followed me on Instagram." My ex has
Oh, she wants to know. She wants to know.
only got a couple of thousand at the time followers. She doesn't really do TikTok, so it's a bit weird that Mel followed her and she didn't follow, and then she blocked me, and I was like, "What have I done wrong?" So she's obviously took it.
So I know what's happened there, Stan. Stan, Roadman's gone onto Mel's profile, blocked you straight away,
Yeah,
and then what's happened is he's forgot to block. She's thinking, I want to know what your ex is saying about fucking Roadman, and then you know what I mean. He's quickly blocked you off her profile. Block him. He chats shit. How many times in relationships you see block them? They're just trying to cause shit for us. You shouldn't be firing into your fucking mate's ex, and you shouldn't be firing into another fucking bird's DM. That's a fact.
yeah. I mean, I did say that I used to think that it was his mum, and that was a deadly. I wasn't taking the piss. I thought that.
I genuinely, I thought that as well. I did think that as well. No, there's no hate there. I thought that was his mum. I thought it was Mel Mum, not Mel Moon.
But I mean, unfortunately, she's dying apparently.
Oh shit!
Why are you laughing? Oh my god!
Oh, this is over. I thought that was a joke. Stan, you know you're like these jokes.
Right. Oh,
Coming out, fuck it.
that's gonna go on the. That can go on the promo clip. This video won't age well.
Oh, Stan, it's like that video. You know when you see.
Where have you gone? Can you see
mate.
me?
Yeah, I can see you.
For fuck's sake! Why does it keep fucking? Oh, there you go. What are you saying, sorry?
It's like, oh, it's like that video, that Chinese guy. He says somebody abused him, and then he goes, "Don't laugh," and he goes,
Oh
"Yeah,
yeah.
well, my dad, he violently abused me," and then like, "Whoa, you can't say that." I was not expecting that, Stan. Like, I was expecting, oh yeah, she's dying. No offense, she's dying. Then fuck me.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
literally, but
she's got
I
some
didn't know.
heart condition. She's tired. But
Is that why I give?
what?
Is that why she's doing? Is that why she's doing a lot of charity things? I don't know. Everyone's dying lately, so everyone's doing a lot of.
No. Anyway, she's blocked me.
Are we going a little bit? Have we had a few too many where we're all getting a bit like, you know? But that's why a lot of people like, fuck me. My hamster died last week. Shall I do a live?
Yeah.
But, and then I want £500 for a new cage. Oh no, shit! I want another bigger cage. Can I go and do £1,000? I'm gonna be hated after this, but you know.
I never go on for gifts, and I never get gifts anyway. So that's my lives are pretty fucking dead, to be honest.
Well, that's it. The way the TikTok's going now, do you know? Like, I mean, when I first started, you had views. Even I had views.
Yeah.
Too
many people.
But the minute the gifts and competitions come in, it's sort of like as soon as you step away from it, you're not wanted anymore. It's like I don't want people to chuck in quids in there. I just don't feel right with it. And sometimes I think I leave them on. I think, yeah, whatever. But I'm not constantly wanting it. And I think it's an addictive thing some people have got.
Yeah, well, I went on that to say I never normally get gifts, and I definitely don't ask for them. I just leave them on, and never. And I went live with Ricky, and he's got a lot more followers than me, and people coming over to my side, and
people feeling sorry for you because you're not getting a word in edgeways.
Yeah, probably. People kept gifting me, and I come off, and I had about £30, and I was thinking, no wonder fucking people can get addicted to it. Like,
here's a good one for you. Like, Daryl doesn't like gifting, but Daryl once gifted me about 70 quid, but I ended up getting about 40 quid. This is back in the day when Daryl gifted me, and I got about 40 quid. And I think the next day, I went and bought a bag of sniffles. I'm joking. I don't know. I cashed it in. That's what I mean. It's some people, some of these vulnerable people. I know the word vulnerable is used very easy, but like, please get me back to the leaderboard, please, please, please. And some people just keep ticking it. It goes in their phone bill. I don't know. I'm not asked. I won't gift. If I ain't got enough money, mate, I ain't gifting no fucker. I know. I'd rather put that money in my own pocket.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever sent a gift, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, when I come off, I had about 30 quid, and I was thinking, fucking hell, if I had done this like all the time,
Yeah.
you can see why people do it. I
Well,
mean,
mate, Daryl made a couple of grand in 2 days, and he proved all where it was going, the charity and stuff. And that's how easy some people are making it.
But TikTok, you buy the coins off TikTok. So TikTok get the money from you buying the coin, and then TikTok money from you giving the coins away. So
that's it, mate. They're making 75%. So Daryl made a couple of grand in a couple of days. But if it wasn't for TikTok taking all that money, he would have made 6-7 grand.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even top of the leaderboard.
And then you've got to think about the people buying them in the first place. So they buy them.
And then,
they buy them.
They're probably like 10 grand.
And then they give them away, and they take money off that as well. I mean,
that's it.
I love Dan Spragg and Adam Oakley, like they're my mates. So I don't.
Yeah, I like
them off. But I can have banter with them. But that's all they do. The other day they was live together, and there's Julian there. Was going, "Come on, get on the leaderboard." I don't even know what the leaderboard is. And they
I'm not good.
It's like a little auction, and then you scroll down, and then you've got the QVC channels.
Spragg selling his fucking fingernail polish, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I bigged him up for that. You know, one thing I've said about Spragg is, I said it to him and I was like a nut one night, and I said, there are a lot of young kids out there that are quite confused nowadays. Everyone's confused about their sexuality, and he puts his fingernails polish, and he's got a missus, but he's openly sitting there saying, "Look, you are what you are. Do what you want to do." I don't get it, but I get it a little bit more now. I think if he can promote that to me, imagine what he's doing to some of these kids that's fucking confused. I know it's weird. It's a little thing, painting his fingernails and stuff. Some kids might want to do it, but they might be embarrassed. But if you've got a guy with 1 million followers on TikTok that's doing it and everyone follows him, they might think, "Oh, that is cool because Dan Spragg does it."
Yeah.
It's not. No one's going to bully me as much.
Do you think you get people like Dan Spragg, Josh from England?
I don't know Josh from England.
Oh, I fell out of him. That's another story. I've repeated that story so many times. I won't go on about it again. But they both got like millions of followers, like literally millions. And they're both like really quick-witted and intelligent and good-looking chaps. Yeah. And then you got someone like Ian Moore. He's the same age as them.
Yeah.
And because of the way he looks and the way he acts, like Dan Spragg put pictures. He was in Birmingham, and they met some kids when they was doing a film, and they all got like a selfie with these kids. Dan Spragg was getting a picture of all these kids, and I was thinking, if Ian Moore done that, he'd just get hate because he's like a fat guy.
It's funny how you mentioned that, Stan, because do you know Bex in Specs?
Bex in Specs?
Yeah.
Not sure.
One of Daryl's mates, one of my mates. We was mentioning this before, and we said, does anybody actually feel sorry for Ian Moore? And one sec, my kids are being little shits.
Okay, mate.
Boys, I'm not bothered. Split up. I'm on the phone. Split up. Right, split up. Bailey's in big trouble. Sorry, Stan. I'll grab a beer while I'm at it.
Okay.
Jake, Bailey, get away from him. Stan, you're about to see World War III, mate. Keep this podcast upstairs, mate. It'd be fucking good viewing this. What's 2 kids just knocking fuck out of each other?
How old are your kids?
10 and 8, mate. 10 and 8. The youngest is at his nan's for the night. 10 and 8. And I tell a lie, I've got another big bottle of one to show you too. And one just said he spat at him. So after the podcast, mate, we have to bang red standard procedure, innit? Yeah. I told him to split up. I've got this thing called Hobgoblin Gold, 4.5%. Well, okay, guys, but we'll go back to Ian Moore after this.
Yeah, I mean, I used to always stick up for Ian Moore. This was early.
He's blocked me.
But he's a weird one, isn't he?
Well, I mean, that's what I was saying about Bex, mate. I was saying, we said, does anybody feel sorry for him? And I said, since he got sacked from his Sainsbury's, and then people have done videos about him putting loads of weight on, and I think he's got very depressed, and he's got very fat, and without being rude, and he's been confined in his own flat, and he's confined in only his social media friends. And in the meantime of it, he's fell out with the likes of Steve Harrison, with that Danny, with that Gemma, and they've made profiles apparently, calling him all sorts, and it's caused a bit of havoc. People have robbed stuff from his house, and he's had the stigma of being called a nonce. But I have noticed that lately he's calmed down a little bit. He's not gone for people. He's lowered his diet. I mean, I won't take the piss. Usually I'd say something rude and take the piss, but I don't want to. I think he's struggling mentally big time. But he had a doorstep sandwich, egg mayo, and a pasta for his dinner, as opposed to usually, mate, the motherfucker's got about 17 fucking sandwiches. His own Chinese food meal time. And he's got about fucking 19 Subways. And it's a plant-based. I'm like, mate, that is not plant-based. Who are you kidding? Plant-based double whopper, plant-based Big Mac, plant-based Big Tasty, and then full team flapjacks.
See, when he first joined the app, people used to get him to read out shit. And they'd PayPal him money.
That was so funny.
And he would say, they'd PayPal him money, and he'd be at such an unflattering angle, laying on the bed, and he'd be reading this shit out, and they're obviously taking the piss, and he's just reading it. And I'm quite good at like keeping a straight face when I make jokes and stuff, but he was like,
yeah,
the king. I was like, how's he not laughing? He's reading this out.
Yeah.
And he was like, my auntie's turned into an XR3i, blah, blah, reading all this thing. They're getting him to read it. It's funny, but the UK child force, the fucking paedophile hunter guy, was like, this isn't really appropriate for you to do that because you're an adult and you're reading out about a kid having sex with his dog and stuff like that, because obviously their mates would do it for banter, and obviously
I
didn't think it was very appropriate, which I get his point. So that's when he started getting a bit shit. And then if it's true, I don't know if this is true, but this is what he says, that, because you know he's gay, don't you?
Yeah.
And he was chatting to a boy, and the boy told him he was 19 and he had phone sex with him. And it turned out the boy was 15. So if
they said, I've seen that. They said he was 19 in the thing though.
Yes, if that's true, it's not really fair for him to get called a notch. It's not his fault.
No, it's not. It's like me and you going to a nightclub tonight, mate. Me and you fucking hook up with some fucking good-looking birds that we think 25. They tell us that they tell us they're 25. Mate, girls look like fucking. Girls can look fucking older than what they are, especially when we've got fucking 6 beards behind us. Or girls' makeup look older. They tell you they're 25. Before you know it, they're 16. You're sex with them, or you're a nonce. But you're not a fucking nonce. Yeah. But that's going a bit further into it. But that's just truth, isn't it?
Yeah. But there used to be, I don't know if you remember him, that Scouser guy with glasses, blonde hair. Oh, what is his name? Steve went to his house.
Him and Steve Harrison, they all go to his house. They go to their house and they used to turn up at people's.
Yeah, so there's that Potato Kiwi.
Yeah.
And then there was a guy, what is his name? Justice, his name was. And then there was Professor fucking something else. There was 3 of them. And they just...
I'm listening. I'm just walking away from the camera. I'm listening.
They just
keep talking.
Rip the piss out of VMO every day. Do videos about him all the time. And they were older than me. They was like in their 40s, and I was like always arguing with them, like, "Fucking hell, you got nothing better to do."
Yeah, I know. This will be good for your podcast, though, Stan.
What?
You hear that?
Going for a week?
No, I'm doing the dishes.
Doing what?
I'm doing the dishes.
Washing up halfway through. You pissing?
I mean, I went for a wee. I'm not pissing in the sink.
Where are you pissing?
In the toilet.
Oh.
I didn't want anybody to know that I was doing the toilet, so I pretended I was doing the dishes. And you said piss, so we had to be honest because we're transparent. Yes, I needed a wee. When you're drinking fucking Hobgoblins and Aldi's own fucking beer, you might have to drain the maggot. I mean, the snake. from time to time.
Yeah. So anyway, I used to stick up for him, and then obviously I got tagged as a fucking non-supporter, and now I'm a paedophile and all this bollocks.
Somebody called at me on Instagram not long ago, and it was regarding the guy called It's Soul Sunny. Do you know him? He goes around with the guy 6'9", 6'10". He's a singer, karaoke, and you know there's a guy in Blackpool that goes around filming prostitutes. And he goes around filming. I can't remember his name. Got loads of followers. They get gifts. And then I knew Sonny Sweetman, but apparently he's on the register. Because I spoke to him, somebody messaged me on Insta going, "Oh, so you're a non-supporter?" Like, whoa. Like, what?
Mm.
So I just replied to it. I was like, no, don't what you're on about. It's like, well, you know what I mean? As soon as you talk to somebody, some of these people that are lower accounts, they will try and fuck you right over. Or they will, even if they're not lower, the minute they can try and make somebody else look bad. I've had it. There's a girl from Blackpool, Laura. I don't want to say her name, but she's constantly trying to get me to look bad. She gives me a load of grief. She's gone for Hutch. She's gone for Ben Rant. She's gone for loads. And no one's interested in her. And she's pregnant. She goes, "You going for a pregnant?" It's like, Stan, have you ever been out one night when a girl's giving you beef? And you say, "Look, no, darling, it's all right. Don't want any trouble." And then they come up to you and they go, "Go on then, hit me." You're like, no, not interested. Leave me alone. But then they go, "Go on then, what are you going to do? Hit me."
Yeah.
Them sort of girls. And then she's like that. I'm like, "Look, I'm not interested. I've blocked you on everything. Make as many fake profiles." This way, you know how weird some people get. Once you block somebody, you'll notice how many fake profiles turn up and message you. And it's like, really? You are behind all these profiles? Are you all right? Are you really all right?
I've just had a big fallout.
TikTok's bad for it.
With you know the group that I was in, Cunning Stunts?
Yeah.
Falling out with someone in there, and I've left the group.
I've seen that hashtag around quite a lot, actually. I think it might have just been on your videos, and I've not seen it on anyone else's.
Who?
I think I've seen the hashtag Cunning Stunts.
Oh yeah.
I think I've only seen it on yours. I've seen it around quite a lot. There's a couple, I think, that follow me on it.
Do you know Free Dumbbells?
Yeah, I've seen the profile. The
guy with the massive arms.
Yeah, I've not seen his content, but his name really rings well.
That's who I've fallen out with. And I fell out with Tom Jones, Wales. He was in the group.
I've heard of him.
I fell out with him, and then we just parted ways. We were still friends with each other. And then I fell out with Free Dumbbells, and he blocked me. And then I've noticed that Tom Jones has blocked me now. So he's obviously been in his ear because he hadn't blocked me before.
Yeah.
So that's gone a bit tits.
Can we smoke on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well. Fuck, I usually go outside, mate, but fuck it. I love one down here. Yeah, come on, mate. Come on.
I'm just saying, so like, I'm not in that group anymore. I just can't deal with it. Like, we're in a WhatsApp group talking every day, 8 of us. I don't like talking every day to people. I like to have a...
Stan, that's the same thing, right? I've got mates in my personal life, like and I came off WhatsApp, I came off Facebook, I came off Messenger, and it was because WhatsApp has this thing called blue ticks.
Yeah.
Where when people would say to me, "You coming out tonight?" I just didn't want to go out. Not because I just didn't want to go out, or I just like being alone, or just couldn't be asked going out. If you got blue tick, you're in groups. You constantly you feel pressured in things. Or I'm not a big thing of groups, mate. I'm really not. And my missus will say the thing. I'm not. I don't know. Groups and TikTok as well. There's a lot of people when their accounts dry out, they bring drama.
Yeah, I mean
but with groups, there's such argumentative.
The group was fun doing all comedy videos, and there was really good creators in there, and everyone was like a lot bigger than I was. So I was quite like happy to be in this group. But it was just like the talking every day. We just ended up clashing. So I'm not used to talking to people.
I know what you mean.
And
I know what you mean, Stan. So say you're busy one morning, you've missed a whole conversation, and then you jump in, you feel like what's going on, and then some people are like, "Well, why have you not been chatting for a few days?" And you feel like, "Well, because I've been busy, because maybe I've not wanted to." Yeah. You feel like you're obliged to, and you feel pressured into certain things. I'm not a big fan of groups. I've got groups myself. I've got TikTok groups, but a lot of the time I'm not always in them talking. I'm not really listening either. Sometimes you just got better shit to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you haven't got time to do it. That's what I found, mate. I ain't really got time. But I'm like you. Talking all the time isn't fucking easy.
Yeah.
I can't trust many people either.
Another thing that's quite funny is I posted a video before we come on here, and it was just a video. I thought it was a funny video, and I'm in grey joggers, and I didn't realise that I looked so quite bulgy, and I just posted it, and everyone in the comments.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, brother.
But it's just all like old women, and I'm thinking, you lot are mental. The women on TikTok are mental.
Mate, my ex has said this to me. She goes, "Oh, you get a lot of attention." Now my missus doesn't like him this, but I've even said so. So you get a lot of attention off women. This may be before I brought Nicola onto my TikTok. Because I'll be honest, when me and Nicola went through our thing and that, and I'll come onto TikTok, I was speaking to people and stuff like that, and I like the attention. But a lot of my attention was people used to say, "Oh, they're not good-looking girls; they're all older women." I was like, "Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't want young, dumb, yummy, mummy full of cummy fucking birds. I don't mind an old fucking a bit of fucking. You know what I mean? So what?
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that."
That's where we differ. I prefer a younger model, but I don't mind attention off anyone, even men.
I'm like the same. I'm the same. Maybe we could all prefer a younger model, but beggars can't be choosers. You know what I mean? I can't fucking. I mean, I go to the gym now, mate, and I look at my belly and I'm thinking, fuck. Like I look at some of these young kids and I'm like, I ain't got a fucking chance. I'm gonna have to deal with the older ones. The older one I'm put up now if I was single. You know what I mean? The dad bod things helped me out. This new dad bod here has helped me out.
That's what girls always say to me. I love a guy with dad bod, and I'm like, I don't want a fucking dad bod.
You know what I mean? I don't want a dad bod.
I appreciate that you like that.
I mean, what is a dad bod though? What is a dad bod? Where does the line drop? Because my dad bod's kind of big now, and it's like, do you really like the dad bod? Or are you just saying that? And I've seen people share pictures of lads with dad bods on Facebook and stuff. I'm like, the guy is meaty, fucking proper strong looking, got a tiny belly, and you're like, I love a dad bod. And I'm like, yeah, mine's a lot worse than that. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. I've lost weight from not drinking as much. Like I said, I've been drinking for like 4 days, but before that, I haven't drunk for months.
That's what you said before, Stan, wasn't it? It's like,
yeah.
Which I'll say to you is a lot of lads in our. I mean, how old are you?
38.
I'm 32. I had to think about that. It's a similar age. And a lot of lads in that era got a very addictive personality, whether it be me back in my day. I mean, still, like, but back in my day, I was worse. In my 20s, cocaine addict, drinking addict. And I'm all on nothing. If I want to save money, I go on a diet. I stop drinking. I stop doing all this. I stop doing all that. And I do well. I go to the gym. I'm good. The minute I start turning fat, I start going on to sniff, go on to drink. I start fucking spunking all my money. And there's a lot of people need to highlight to. And I think I don't like. When you said to do this podcast and that, I was like, I like it because we're two normal lads. We're not lads that trying to be fucking fame hungry or talking. I've come from the fucking street. Do you know what I mean? Where look, I got accused of everything when I was in the army. Big drug dealer, I'm bringing drugs onto camp, doing all this. And yeah, I did. And no one ever caught me. And I sniffed fucking loads. I dealt drugs, sniffed drugs, tried to live the fucking life. I lived a life where it's the embarrassing life. I look at it now when I'm 32 and I think I wanted to be that guy with a nice fucking brand. Mate, I just rock up with a brand new X5 on camp, knowing I was dealing half the lads on camp sniff, knowing that they didn't know who it was that was dealing it. I'd go into the nightclubs all the time. We used to fucking throw money about. That's if you're gonna do that lifestyle. If I could look back, it's a big regret I've got. I'd like put your money away. I was living a fake life, and that's what some of the drugs do to you. It's such a thing, and you live in it's a Walter Mitty life where you just think you're something you're not. And it caught up with me pretty quick because drugs, what does drugs do eventually? Catches up with you, creates a fucking paranoia. And, you know, I've turned away from it now. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be stupid. I still like the odd fucking little dibble dabble here, but I'm not one of them now. If I have a beer, I need to have a fucking sniff. But back in the day, mate, as soon as I had a beer, I needed a bag. I needed a sniff. I needed it. And then I'd be up for days, months. You know what I mean?
I've not done drugs for about 15 years probably, but I used to do them every day. And people like go out to a nightclub or take ecstasy or whatever. Me and my mates just used to sit in the front room and take ecstasy and just sit indoors and just do drugs all the fucking time. I remember being in right states, like I remember doing speed for like 4 days, not eating, and my mates were knocking at the door, and every time I stood up, I'd wake up on the floor, I'd just black out, and I had to literally crawl to the door because I just kept blacking out. While sitting in the corner with a fucking carrier bag around my ears, in there and there, and I'm just like that with a carrier bag, like a fucking because it kept being sick. Right.
In the army, mate, we always had a sniff all the time, and there was a thing called a CDT, compulsory drugs test. Now, I used to work as a provo on camp, so it's like security, so all civilians listening. Those that's army will understand. And every time there's a drugs test come in, I'd fire up to all the boys that I knew was on it. I'd say about drug tests, and I'd get everyone caught away. But we used to do this thing. You ever get the curtain twitchers? We had one paranoid lad, really good footballer and everything. He couldn't be, if he got caught doing this, his career was over, which was like all of us. If you get caught doing it, you're out. But you remember you've been at a sesh, some guy in the blinds just constantly, not on the first bag, like 3, 4 a.m., 5 a.m. You'd be looking out the blinds like, what are you doing? Constant curtain twitching. Yeah. And that's the kind of guy I turned into at the end of my sniffing. It was like, I was brilliant. I was a happy go talkative guy. I'd tell you anything. I was the best mate to anybody. Best mate. But at the end of it, I got paranoid, and I was always curtain twitching. I was always paranoid. Oh shit, my heart was racing. And then I'd go home and just fucking about 45 fucking wanks, and just fucking sweat my head off. And then, you know what I mean? And then, because I was so depressed about it, Stan, I was so depressed about it, I didn't want to come down. So I'd be like, right, I've got enough money because I was still selling it. Go back on it again. And then it just didn't really end. Every time I was on a come down, I want to get back on it. Until I remember fucking coming home one day, mate. My missus was like, you gotta go. You're fucking too horrendous. And the chandeliers in my front room in Stafford, I bit them down. I threatened my missus. Then a fucking riot squad coming for me. And I got my brother come and save me, took me to my dad's. And that was the day I fucking decided, done too much, man. Too much sniff. 3 or 4 day benders, just constantly dropping an ounce, sniff, pure stuff. And the paranoia that what it was doing. I remember crying, mate, at 6 a.m. on a reload, getting more sniff, more cigs, changing my top to make outlook to people I was on a fresh, trying to find new people to sesh with. You've been out for days. I'd be like, no, look, I've changed my top. I remember picking up bottles of whiskey at 6 a.m. and I was crying on the way back, and then dry out my face. And then as soon as I had another line, it was all right again. But it had to be strong stuff, because that's what that shit does to you, man. It's lethal. But you need another pick me up, and you the next hit.
Yeah, with me, I've done so much. I just got sick of it in the end. I just stopped one day. Can't really remember.
You do. You give up, don't you? It goes too low.
I remember having a really fucking bad time. This guy used to keep drugs around this girl's house I used to go around, and he had a bag full of drugs around there. And he used to say to me and this girl, if you ever want any drugs, take it out of the bag and put the money in the bag. So we used to take E's all the times. We took about 10 E's throughout the night each. Like double drop and then double drop. So we fucked. He got to like 5 in the morning and went in this bag, and he had all these little LSD tabs, the little tiny transfer things. And I was really fucking off my head. And we ended up ripping it in half, and I took half and my mate took half. And then after about an hour, I just went absolutely fucking loopy on this acid. I didn't know who I was, where I was, what the fuck was going on. If I would have had a gun, I would have blown my brains out to get out of this trip.
Yeah, man.
I was really, really, really fucking bad. And eventually it wore off, and I felt like I was born again. I felt so lucky to be alive. I was going to fucking die.
Yeah.
And the next day, this drug dealer was ringing me up, going mental at me because we had took a book of acid and there was loads of tiny little squares, and we thought there was one big square, and I took
You took the
loads.
fucking whole strip.
I've never taken it before. I took fucking about 6 of them or something.
Yeah, mate. Do you know why you say that? It's quite weird. She brought me back, but fucking shivers on my spine. I remember I was on a sash once, and I never tried ket.
Yeah.
And then these people, you know, who's your real mates, and who's you not. Because I was saying I wasn't sure. I had one person with me who was going, but mate, if you're not sure, do a little bit. But if you go too much on it, you'll trip. And I said, yeah, no, fuck it, I want it. And then they had other people going, yeah, just fucking have all this, have all this. And I was thinking, now I look back, I think you're a wanker. You wasn't really fucking, you wouldn't do that to your mate, would you? Whether you're off your head or not. You won't. So I ended up fucking having this big Kurt Zuma of fucking ket. And all of a sudden, mate, I ripped my pants down. And I started doing helicopter, started to cock out, everything. This party for everyone. I went from that mood, then I had more. And then I heard a story about a fucking drug dealer coming round. Someone tried robbing the drugs out of the house from months ago. And I picked up a kitchen knife. I said, where does he live? And he said, 24. So I'm going to kill him. And I kept saying in my head, when I killed someone, I can get 26 years for murder, whatever it is. But in my head, I had somebody pull me back. In my head, I was going to go kill that person. Because of the drugs, not because of me.
Yeah.
And then when I woke up the next day, as you said, I was so happy. I remember saying to my missus, I said, what's going on? She was like, well, I've heard stories. But I said, have I killed anyone? Have I done something? She's like, no. Everyone just said you're a fucking wreckhead. And I was so relieved that I didn't do anything like that.
Yeah.
Because I was lucky, not to be alive, but lucky that I didn't go and fucking do someone in. At that time, that split moment, when you're on that high, I was going to somebody to go and do serious damage. And like you say, if you put a bullet in your head, you would have. Because that's what it makes you think. You can see why people jump off bridges. You can see why people do mad things when they're on high. Because you don't think with your senses, you think with the drugs.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what these kids need to think about, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I remember trying to sleep for days after. And you know when you're on a roller coaster and you go up the roller coaster and you drop down, and you feel that rush. Every time I was trying to go to sleep, I'd feel that I was going down, and I wake up and I couldn't sleep, and I was so tired.
Yeah.
But every time I shut my eyes, it felt like I was on a roller coaster going down, and I had fucking bats flying at me. I was in the right fucking state. And I think after years of, you know, when you have so many come downs, and then the thought or the smell of it, you look at it and you're like gagging at the smell.
Right. Do you ever have fet?
Yeah, I used to sell.
Well, I used to be addicted to fet, and I shouldn't say this, but when I first started truck driving, I was driving wagons. But I might have been high on fet, just for the record, because I was addicted to it. Mate. I was scared. I didn't like after the army. I put a lot of weight on. I didn't like the person I was when I was fat, so I needed a quick fix. And everyone said go on fet, T5s, then fet. So I took fet, and it was the clay. It's like clay when you get a powder form, you get a rock form.
Yeah.
And I used to swig it with the. You ever seen the bubblegum pop? Fizzy pops, like blue bubblegum from Spa. And I used to swig it with that. If you ever put that bubblegum stuff in front of me now, I get the smell, the instant smell of what fet smells like.
Yeah.
And I get an automatic a sick feeling. You get it. I used to get it out of the fridge or the freezer, put a bit in, bomb it, and I'd be up. But do you know why I didn't? I took it for weight loss at first. Do you know why I ended up taking it? Because it made me happy. I wanted to listen to perfect music, and I was talking to people on the phone all day. I was happy, and when I wasn't on it, I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I lost my tooth to it. There, cracked. My back tooth there because it takes your teeth away. And I was so happy on it that I was too happy. So when I wasn't on it, I was like, I need to get back on that quick. I need to get back on it. I need that level. Quick with a good music. Or if I've not got good music, I need to speak to someone about something and talk to them for hours.
Yeah.
And that was day to day, Monday to Friday.
Yeah, and I did used to take it a lot, to be fair. And we used to put it in a Rizla and bomb it. And then have you ever done it and it's opened in your mouth, in the back of your throat?
Well, I used to take it.
Right?
Yeah, no, mate, I used to take it without the Rizla. I used to whack it like that, but then put it in my mouth, let it fizz, and then bomb it with a fucking thingy because I used to cut about with an 8-ball of it.
My dad used to inject speed every day. which I've never seen
It's a
anyone do.
lethal. At first, you think it's all right, it makes you happy, but it's lethal. That's a lethal drug.
You just can't eat on it, can you? Really, you can't sleep.
No, that's why I wanted the weight loss. I dropped fucking 3 stone on it. I couldn't eat on it, but then I got paranoid with my missus. I wanted to wank all night. I'd just sleep in my truck and just couldn't sleep. I just want to knock one out and chat to every bird in the world.
Yeah.
No, but that's some of it does.
Yeah.
Some of it does. Drugs do that, mate. It's like sniff. And the next day, I'm just, mate, fucking hard. I could shag 64,000 fucking times the next day of the sniff. On the night of it, I can't get it up for fucking love nor money. But unless I have a fucking blue pill. You know what I mean? But
I think the best drug is probably something like MDMA.
Oh yeah.
Or a really strong fucking ecstasy tablet. That's gonna be the
I love drug.
Yeah.
I love drug.
But I had an ex who used a proper rave head, and she used to take me to raves, and I'm not already that outgoing. I'm quite shy and quiet, and people never believe me because they see my videos. Especially when I talk to girls, I'm like, if I meet you, I'll be quite shy and quiet, and they're like, no, you won't. They think that I'm gonna jump across the table and grab him by the arse from his box, and I'm like, I'm not like that in real life. I'm alright hiding behind my phone. If I've had a drink.
Because you can be yourself a bit, though, innit? That's what I mean. That's why drinks like for me. You should go back to an early age where I was like 14, 15, meet up a girl. I used to rob my mum's vodka at 13, 14. I used to meet up a girl after school. I remember I used to rob my mum's vodka and take swigs of it, do shots of vodka, 3 or 4 shots, to meet up with a girl. So I need the confidence. And that's why sometimes TikTok behind a camera, it wasn't the same. I'm awkward around people myself. I'm awkward, I'm agitated. And it's like alcohol settles me really badly. And then cocaine settled me even better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When I was young,
people think
go on.
People think that all these, I know people with the normal lives, with the perfect lives, that sit and laugh at people or disgrace people that take drugs and that drink. But sometimes you need that to calm you down, to bring you to that normality. And people don't realize that. And they think, I can't be normal without it.
Yeah,
no.
That's when I was young, I always used to be like fighting in pubs and stuff like that. Not that I'm a particularly good fighter, but it would always end in tears. If I was going out drinking, it would end in tears at the end of the night somehow.
Yeah.
Because I do have mental health problems, so obviously my brain's not normally. So when I drink, it doesn't really help. And I was young.
It brings up flags, doesn't it?
I was a bit immature probably as well. And it would always end in tears at the end of the fucking night. And I used to have to go to probation and get arrested and stuff. And like the authorities always say, why do you drink? Why do you think you drink? And I was like, I don't know. And I never knew until like recently, where I stopped for a year, and now I know why I drink, because I get quite stressed and anxious and worried about things. And if I drink, I don't give a shit. I don't care. And I like feeling like that.
No, but it's damn, mate. Honest to God, mate, you're speaking the things I speak. So like, if you have an issue, my army career didn't end well, like we spoke before, and I know a lot of people didn't want to be friends with me and stuff like that. But because the drink used to take things. It's a numb. It gives you numbness. It's a medicine. Although people sit there and go, "Oh, it's not you should deal and end all." You sit there all day, sitting on a Friday night when I've got problems. I'm not going to sit there. I'm going to get angry. Like I said before, bite my fucking hands. I get fucking angry. If I've had a drink, it calms me down. It's a cure for my boredom. It's a cure for everything. Now, as much as people sit there and go, yeah, go and talk to somebody. It might be good. No, it ain't going to help me. Yeah. I like to drink, and I don't think I will ever change. I've calmed down. I don't think I'll ever change. I don't want to be an boring. To me, it's like quit alcohol forever. No, I need these little moments. Like with you said you can quit when you're all or nothing, I think, Stan, from what I said before. I think you're all or nothing. If you quit alcohol, you quit for a period of time. You don't quit for 4 days. Like me, I'll quit for like 10, 15 days at max. You'll quit for a year. If you go and do a bender, you ain't doing a 1-night bender, you're doing a 6-day bender, because you're all or nothing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's a sign people don't need to realize as well, like that everyone day-to-day life, they don't understand that. When they sit there and take the piss, they'll think, oh, just do it like this. This is why mental health doesn't get helped so much, because the people in charge haven't gone through it. These things help. That's what I've said. I thought I'm happy to do it because you and me speak to each other. No, we're not going to help each other. We might not help each other, but we can just fucking talk about it. But you talk to it about to a shrink who's had a perfect life, who's had a nice upbringing, who's passed a college course in university. That ain't gonna help. That ain't gonna help. Nothing's gonna help. But at least speak to somebody. If you at least speak to somebody who's on the same fucking level, rather than if amount of times I've been told go speak to someone about my cocaine addictions in the past. I don't want to be in front of a doctor. I was in the army. I remember being in DSTC Donington in the soldiers' mental health nurse, and the guy speaking to me about stuff like this. And I was looking him point blank in the eyes, going, "What's the problem?" And I was thinking, I am not about to tell you my problems because you ain't got the fucking scoobiest ideas. Because the minute you rock back in your Range Rover, go back to your nice semi-detached house, and your life isn't mine. Your life isn't mine. Your life's never been like mine. I'm not about to, because you'll think of me as a failure. I'd rather tell people who's on my wavelength. Not that we're the failures, but I don't, do you know what I mean? We both come from it. We both come from it. And we both know we're not failures, but I don't want people thinking I'm a failure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Some doctors, they might be good at certain things, but this is why people say there needs to be more health and mental health. Fund the NHS better for men's mental health. Nah, man, just fucking get out there and speak, but speak to the right people. Maybe speak to people that maybe if the fucking maybe if the government just funded a load of people that's had issues that have come out better to come and speak to you, because I know for a fact I could help coke addicts. Yeah. Whether they get them off it, but I give them more help than what a doctor could. 100%. Yeah. And I reckon you could do the same. 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
What's the doctor going to do? What's the doctor going to do? Prescribe you medicine that gets you feel a bit, so you feel good about yourself. So, oh yeah, I feel good now. I'm chilled a bit now. I'm going to go to sleep. Put myself to sleep. Give me medicine to put me to sleep. It's not helping you, is it? It's just fucking silencing you.
So if you took antidepressants and all that?
No, I was given them. I was given them in the army. Not now. I used to. I was given everything when I was in I got sent to DSTC Donington 2014. The army sent me there. And I was given everything. I was told this pill, that pill, that pill, this pill. And I wanted to be out of work. I was off for fucking 6 months, and I got shit for it, Stan. Because during it, when I was off work for 6 months, I went on holiday. So all the people in the army, I come from doing top field soldier, was very good in my regiment in Germany. To come back here, I went through some shit. I was hiring drugs and stuff like that. And I just hit a black wall. And like one day, I tried to take my own life. I hate saying that. And I was in an ambulance. I blacked out. I was in Stoke Hospital, and I got put DSTC Donington. And then I had 6 months out of work. And then a month, I was a bit better. And I went on holiday. And then all my bosses in the army was going, oh, fucking blagging prick him. He's a blagging bastard. He's a waster. But it wasn't the case. Like I was just in a stupid situation. And I hated what they were saying about me. And if I want to go on holiday, I want to go on holiday. Doesn't mean I don't think I'm depressed or was depressed. I just took so much fucking drugs and so much. I just hit a wall, mate. I just hit a fucking wall. And at the time, I was at the wrong time. I split up my missus. I had people snaking behind my back, trying to fire at my missus. And I just thought at the time, the easiest thing was to do pop my own fucking head.
Yeah.
That's it. That was it at the time, mate. What do you do? Like you said before, when you're on the influence, and then I got saved. And then, but I hate this because I see so many podcasts, so many people will go, I tried to take my own life. At that minute, trust me, God, at that minute, I was gone. I don't even sit there and think now, oh, I'm so glad that person saved me and stuff. I don't think like that. I don't, because at that time, that was me. I was gone. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a
Yeah.
fuck about anybody. My kids, nothing, nobody. I didn't give a fuck. I hated everybody. Hated everybody. The world turned against me, but I lost feeling for everyone as well. I didn't
Yeah.
even care about anybody fucking fight. I just lost, mate. Lost. I was a young kid, but lost. And
I think when I was suicidal, which a lot of people don't understand, is like if people will say it's selfish to kill yourself, but people don't understand that sometimes you feel like if you kill yourself, you're doing everyone a favour. Everyone would be better off without you, and you get to feel like that.
that's the same thing I felt.
That's
That
how
the
I was
world would
feeling.
be a
I
lot easier.
generally thought that people would be better off without me, and that I'll be doing them a favour.
That's exactly how I felt standing at the time, mate. At the time when you get told, even at the time, mate, I love my missus to pieces. But because of the actions I was doing, I was getting told, oh, it's just shit with you around. It's better off without you. And then the stories you hear of people, the alcohol. You know me with my jailhouse talks. I know it's just, I'm a laugher, a joke. I smile to everybody. But you know, people I've known that's killed themselves are the ones that are like that, Sam. Do you know what I mean? Not the ones that, like, I don't want to say to people, the ones that do TikToks and go, I tried to kill myself. I did this. I tried to kill, and they do videos about it. That fucks me off, Stan. That fucks me off. I tried to kill myself 10 times last week. You know, that I can't stand that because I'm embarrassed, mate. No, but you're the only person I've said that to. Only because maybe because we're deep into chat and I can trust it. And to me, it don't feel like alive, you know.
Yeah.
But that I'm not proud of it. But I think today's society is, I can't wait to say that because it's popular to be upset.
Yeah, I'm the
Because
same.
you know, I'm not, look, I'm better, way better now. You know, I realized the reason why I got there was because of the actions I took on the way. I took alcohol. I took too many drugs. I fucked with the wrong people. I played devil's advocate. And then I thought I was doing this whilst in the army. I thought I could get away with everything. And then when I didn't like it, I took too many drugs one night. And then bam, thing happened. And then once it happened, it was a build up. Once it happened after that, I was like, whoa, we're better now. Oh, yes, after the army and stuff, I still took way more drugs. But it wasn't until that time when I said to you, fucking, we bit the chandeliers and fucking the fucking riot squad went after me. The catalyst behind it is how you live your lifestyle.
Yeah.
I think, for me, and how you have the people around you. If you get good people around you, not people that want, the one thing that people need to mistake is a lot of people invest themselves in TikTok as well. How you feeling? How you feeling? Talk to me. That don't help. I want somebody. This is why I like Daryl. I don't want to say the truth about this guy with, because I can't say his name. This is why I knew Daryl was a good friend. Because one time I was really down and he rang me. And look, when the thing I said to you before, I told him I was coming on a podcast for you.
Yeah.
You know, when you said before, he didn't never mention that to me. How many kids' lives about your shit with him? Because you know what? He's quite nice
Yeah.
in his own way. He's invested in people because when he sees bad, he sees bad. Maybe he might have had that in his life. When he senses bad, he wants it and he wants to be proved right. He wants to be proved right. He don't want popularity. The
Yeah.
one time that he fucking helped me, my missus always said there, thank you very much. So I owe him a beer. But I put it down to who you hang about with. And there's a lot of people that invest themselves in you because they want to know gossip.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it's down to, mate, for me, was drugs, stupid mates, trying to be someone I wasn't. And then it all hit high. Then when I hit that high and I realized, whoa, hang on, you ain't that fucking man. Yeah. Reality, depression, sadness. Fuck it, fuck you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. I'm not asked. And then you don't want me around, you don't want me around. I'll be better off without you. Fuck it, I'll go do yourself. I'm not asked. Come watch me come watch my dead body.
Yeah.
Not that do you know what I mean? That's the pain I felt, mate. I know it sounds brutal. See these people that sit there saying, oh yeah, I tried to do this. Maybe they should come and watch us chat like this and see what it was really like in the deeps of the moment, to the deeps of the moment where you really wanted to. Not because I was going to do it, but I knew you was there, you would save me. To the moment, you know it's done. To that moment, you knew right there. The only reason you're alive is because of a miracle. I'm only alive because of a miracle. But I'm not asked. I'm grateful, but at the time I wasn't asked, so I'm still not asked. It's weird.
Yeah.
At that time, no one can change it. That pain and the feeling emptiness. I'm grateful I'm still here, but I'm not asked. It's weird because I was so not asked at that time.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm not. Are you sick of people coming on here doing podcasts and saying, "I tried to do this, I tried to do that, I tried to do it." Listen, I tried it once or twice, whatever. But I'm sick of people going, "I've tried it hundreds of times, stuff." It's a cry for help to some people,
Yeah.
and get help. But I think there's so many people, Stan. I don't want to be the. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much here, but I also think there's so many people that use this as a fashion statement.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I said
I think
earlier.
some people use it as a fashion statement to be popular, to be people feel sorry for me, please gift me. This is why I like doing it like this. So I don't have to read comments. So people go, "Oh, we're here for you, mate." Fuck off.
That's what I
You know what I
mean.
mean?
Everyone's got depression. Everyone's got bipolar. Everyone's a bit ADHD and all this bollocks.
Exactly, man.
I've been diagnosed with those things, and you're just fucking saying it because you fucking had a can of Coke or something.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly, man. Listen, I agree with you. I agree with you. There's so many people that have come on this app, TikTok as well, because we talk about TikTok. How can I get people to like me? I'm this. I'm a psycho bitch. That's the next best thing.
Yeah.
You know, maybe people don't realize if you've been diagnosed with it, you don't want to see people saying, "I'm this, I'm that," because you might have that and you might be in person. That's insecure to yourself, or that's to yourself. You might not want to talk about it. You might not want to do a bubbly video about it. Whereas you see people going, "I'm this and I'm proud and I'm this." I'm like, I bet you can see 8 in 10 of them people ain't even fucking got it.
Yeah.
They're bullshitters. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I've got people trying to WhatsApp. I've been doomed to go on to TikTok live
I was going to say
to do an impression of Manly.
It's been 2 hours now. We can always chat on the live if you want and come off of there. Wrap this up.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on my live anyway, brother, Stan.
Yes.
We said it was going to be half an hour to an hour tops. We've spoke good, man, and this doesn't even. We've not even hit the root. Like, this is a good thing, man. I'm glad we've done it, you and me, man, because if we got Ricky on, you and me, we wouldn't even said a word.
Well, like I said to Ricky and Liam, it's good because I want to get the same people on all the time. Whereas my other one was just, I've done that person onto the next person, done that person onto the next person. I'd like to get everyone coming back all the time. Maybe me, you, and Liam, or all four of us. If we can
Man, sweet, man, sweet.
But yeah, every time you go live, I always try and get your attention. It's just way busy in there. You never see me.
But I'm on my fourth profile now. Nobody likes me anymore because my profiles are banned. So, but you're a big timer. You know I love you, Stan. Always have, and I love Lauren Tucker. Move up. She's got big titties. Put that on. Put it on. I'm not asked.
Fucking hell.
My boyfriend doesn't like me. Well, I don't blame him. Look at me.
Wait, I've not spoken to her since she's got a boyfriend. It's one of those things, you know what I mean? Like when.
Oh yeah, listen. I've gone on a live and she's talking to you, but she's whispering. And the fella's gone, "Is that Chuck E. Cheese?" She's like, "No." I'm like, "You're damn right."
I've only ever been.
You just go around there, Stan.
I've only been friends with her. I've never been anything more than friends.
She's a lovely girl, though, isn't she?
Yeah, that's another one. Like, I used to love Misfits, and Kelly in Misfits was my favourite character. And it was another one.
I never even watched it. I knew about her brother being famous. I didn't really know much about her, but we knew we should go and gate crash her house while she's having a date night with a fella. Throw him out and we'll just pie with her.
Well, I'm still trying to fucking move there, and well, not there, but in the Midlands, Leicestershire. It could be about an hour from her.
Well,
But
why
yeah,
don't you fucking? Do you know what, Stan? I don't. You probably won't want it, but I'm sick of all these people on this app raising money for this charity, that charity. Why don't we just fucking everybody just fucking do a fucking big gig once and just say, right, get Stan up there. We'll fucking put a deposit down for you.
so,
Like,
yeah.
I know you're probably like, no, I don't want it, I don't want it. But
Well,
I'm
someone
sick of
said,
raising money for cancer research that some fucking massive CEO is going to take 80% off, man.
a few people have said that to me, and I was like, well, I wouldn't do that myself. It's like, you can go and make one.
Well, no, listen, I'll sort it. I'll sort it.
I'll leave it to
Listen,
you.
man, it's you to be with your boy, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fucking hard, mate.
And everyone loves the videos. It's you and your boy, man. You got a beautiful relationship, and I'd like that's a short term thing. I wanted people to get gifted on here for short term things.
Yeah.
And something like that. Imagine that. Oh, we've all gone together. Stan's in his happy house. Stan's happier. Stan's videos are becoming fucking. He can vlog better with his son. You know,
Yeah.
it'd be a beautiful thing. And guess what? You won't be fucking 6 hours away from me. You'd be 2 hours away from me. And instead of driving to Derby Chad Racecourse to beat up midgets from Derby, bash, 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 I can come and cuddle a man like Stan.
Yes. All right, man. Do you want a duel on the live? What are you doing on the live?
well, apparently I'm going with Daryl, and I'm doing a Manly impression.
Okay. Well, I could pop.
So when I go in, I'll probably be in the comments for a bit. So pop in, and I'll be Trucker Go4. So I'm on Trucker Go4 at the moment because my other 3 profiles are on their ass.
All right, man.
But I need a steak and a piss first.
Let's talk again anyway on here.
Much love. I got your number, brother. It's been beautiful.
Cheers, man. Take care.